Hello everyone, welcome back to our English Learning Podcast. We are really happy and excited that you are listening to us today. This podcast is made specially for beginners who want to improve their English speaking step by step. Many learners can read English or understand English, but when it comes to speaking, they feel nervous or shy. And that is completely normal. Speaking English in real life can feel difficult at first, especially when you are meeting new people for the first time.
Hi everyone, I'm Lena. Thank you so much for joining us today. We know that meeting new people is a very important part of life. We meet new people at school, in college, at work, in a new city, at a party, or even in daily places like a shop or a park. Meeting new people can feel exciting because you may make new friends or learn something new, but at the same time it can feel scary, especially when English is not your first language. Many beginners have questions in their mind like, what should I say first? How do I introduce myself? What if I make a mistake? What if the other person doesn't understand me?
Yes, Lena, that is very true. And if you feel like this, please remember you are not alone. Every English learner feels nervous in the beginning. Even confident speakers were beginners one day. The good news is, meeting new people in English does not require difficult grammar or big vocabulary. You only need a few simple and polite sentences.
Exactly. Today's topic is very helpful, very practical, and very important for real life. In this episode, we will teach you how to meet new people in English in a friendly and confident way.
Yes, we will talk about how to start speaking, how to greet someone, how to introduce yourself, how to ask simple questions, and how to make a good first impression.
And don't worry, we will speak slowly and clearly. We will use easy English and beginner-friendly examples. So relax, listen carefully, and practice with us. By the end of this podcast, you will feel much more confident.
Lena, many beginners feel nervous when they meet new people. Why do you think this happens?
That's a really great question, Paul, and it is something many learners experience. Meeting new people feels difficult because beginners often feel pressure. They think they must speak perfect English. They worry about small things like, what if my grammar is wrong? What if I pronounce a word incorrectly? What if I forget what to say? This fear can make the mind blank, and the person becomes silent, even when they want to speak.
Yes, and sometimes beginners overthink too much. They prepare long sentences in their head, but then they get confused and lose confidence.
Exactly. Another reason is that beginners don't know how to continue the conversation. They may start with hello, but then they think, what next? How do I keep talking? This is why learning simple conversation steps is very important.
That's true. Many people believe they need perfect English to talk to someone new.
But Paul, that is not true at all. New people do not expect perfect English. They only want friendly communication. In real life, people care more about your smile, your kindness, and your polite attitude than your grammar. Even simple English is enough if you speak slowly and clearly.
Exactly. Meeting new people is not about speaking big words or sounding like a native speaker. It is about being kind, confident, respectful, and open.
Yes, and remember, every time you speak, you improve. Meeting new people is a skill, and you can learn it step by step, like learning to ride a bicycle.
So Lena, what is the first step when meeting someone new?
The first step is always a greeting. Greetings are very easy, but they are also very powerful. A greeting is like opening the door to a conversation. It shows that you are friendly and ready to talk. You can start with very simple words like, hi, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. These greetings are polite, common, and perfect for beginners. You don't need a long sentence in the beginning. Even one word is enough to start.
That's true. Sometimes people think they need to say something big, but actually, a simple greeting is the best start. For example, if you see someone in class, you can simply say, hi. Or if you want to be a little more friendly, you can say, hi, how are you?
Yes, this is one of the most common English sentences in the world. And the other person may reply, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Now the conversation has started naturally.
That's a great point. And if you want to sound more polite or professional, you can say, hello, how are you doing today?
Yes, and beginners should practice these greetings again and again. Because greetings are the first step to meeting new people. Even if your English is simple, a greeting with a smile makes a very good first impression.
Exactly. So remember, the first step is always small. Just say, hello, yes. Start simple, start friendly, and slowly you will become more confident. After greeting, what should beginners do next?
After greeting, the next step is introducing yourself, and this is one of the most important parts when meeting someone new. When you introduce yourself, you are telling the other person who you are, and you are opening the door to a friendly conversation. Many beginners feel nervous at this stage because they think they need to say something very special or very impressive. But the truth is, a simple introduction is perfect. Simple English sounds natural, polite, and confident. For example, you can say, "Hi, my name is Rahul." "Hello, I'm Sana." "Nice to meet you, I'm Alex." "Hi, I'm Priya, it's nice to meet you." These sentences are short, clear, and very easy to remember. And the best part is, you don't need to speak fast. You can speak slowly and calmly.
Yes, and beginners should remember that introducing yourself does not mean sharing your whole life story. You don't need to give too much information in the beginning. Just your name is enough to start.
Exactly. But if you want, you can add one extra small sentence to make the introduction more natural. For example, "I'm new here. I just joined this class. I work here. I'm visiting this city. This is my first day here." These extra sentences help the other person understand your situation. For example, if you say, "I'm new here," the other person may reply, "Oh, really? Welcome. Where are you from?" Now the conversation continues easily.
That's a great point. A good introduction is like a friendly first step toward a new connection. It helps both people feel comfortable.
Yes, and remember, when you introduce yourself, smile and be relaxed. Confidence is not about perfect English. Confidence is about being friendly and clear.
Lena, questions are important when meeting new people, right?
Yes, absolutely, Paul. Questions are a very important part of meeting new people because questions help you continue the conversation. If you only say hello and "my name is," and then stop, the conversation may end quickly. But when you ask a friendly question, you show interest in the other person. It tells them, "I want to know more about you. I'm happy to talk with you."
That's true.
But beginners should always ask simple and safe questions. Safe questions are questions that are polite, friendly, and not too personal. For example, you can ask, "Where are you from? What do you do? Are you a student? Do you live near here? Is this your first time here? What do you like to do in your free time?" These questions are very common and very easy, and most people feel comfortable answering them.
Yes, these questions help you learn about the person naturally. But Lena, I think one important thing is not asking too many questions at once. Some beginners become nervous and ask many questions quickly, like an interview.
Yes, Paul, that is very important. Meeting new people should feel natural, not like a job interview. So ask one question, then listen carefully. For example, you ask, "Where are you from?" They answer, "I'm from Delhi." Then you can reply, "Oh, nice. Delhi is a big city." Now it feels friendly and comfortable.
Exactly. A conversation is like playing tennis. One person speaks, then the other person speaks.
Perfect example. So beginners should ask simple questions, listen, and respond politely.
Lena, listening is also a big part of meeting new people.
Definitely, Paul. Many beginners think conversation is only about speaking English. But a good conversation is not only about speaking. It is also about listening with attention. Listening shows respect. When the other person speaks, you should focus on their words, not only on what you will say next.
That's a great point.
Yes, and when you listen, you should show that you are interested. Even if your English is simple, you can respond with small, polite sentences. For example, "That's nice." "Oh, really? That sounds interesting." "Wow, that's great." "I see. That's amazing." These responses are short, but they are very powerful. They make the other person feel heard.
Yes, and people enjoy talking to someone who listens well. Listening is a skill, and it helps beginners feel more confident because they don't have to speak all the time.
Exactly. Beginners don't need long answers. Even small reactions help the conversation flow smoothly. For example, if someone says, "I study English because I want to travel," you can respond, "Oh, wow, that's a great reason." Now the person feels happy, and the conversation continues naturally.
That's true. So remember, meeting new people is not about speaking nonstop. It is about speaking a little, listening a lot, and being polite.
Yes, and the more you practice listening and responding, the easier English conversations become.
Lena, confidence is important when meeting new people. Many beginners feel nervous, even if they know basic English words. So how can a beginner feel confident while meeting someone new?
That's a very important question, Paul, because confidence is something every English learner wants. First of all, beginners should understand one thing very clearly. Confidence does not mean speaking perfect English. Confidence means being calm, smiling, and speaking slowly. It means you are comfortable with yourself, even if your English is simple. Many beginners think confidence comes from big vocabulary or perfect grammar. But actually, confidence comes from your attitude. If you speak politely, if you look friendly, and if you show respect, people will like talking to you.
That's so true.
Also, confidence means you don't panic when you forget a word. Sometimes beginners stop speaking because they forget one word. They think, "Oh no, I don't know this word, so I can't speak." But you don't need to stop. You can use simple words and continue. For example, if you forget a word, you can say, "Sorry, my English is not perfect." Or, "Sorry, I'm still learning English." This sentence is very helpful because it removes pressure, and most people will smile and say, "No problem."
Yes, and that makes the conversation easier.
Exactly. Now let's talk about making a good impression. A good impression is not about speaking a lot. It is about being kind, friendly, and respectful. Here are some simple sentences that help you make a good impression. "It's nice talking to you. I'm happy to meet you. You seem very friendly. I really enjoyed talking with you. You are very kind, thank you." These sentences are simple, but they sound warm and polite.
That's a great way to build a good impression. And I think it also helps when you speak slowly. Some beginners speak very fast because they are nervous. But speaking fast can make mistakes more common.
Yes, Paul. That's a very good point. When you speak slowly, you feel more relaxed, and the other person can understand you better. Also, when you speak slowly, your pronunciation becomes clearer. Another important thing is body language. Even if you are speaking English, your smile, your eye contact, and your friendly face can make the other person comfortable. So confidence is not only in your words. Confidence is also in how you behave.
Yes, that's very true. And if you make a mistake, it's okay.
Yes, mistakes are completely normal. In fact, mistakes are a part of learning. If you never make mistakes, it means you are not trying. And most people appreciate your effort. They will respect you because you are trying to speak a new language. So don't feel embarrassed. Be proud of yourself.
Now it's your turn to practice. Next time you meet someone new, remember the simple steps we shared today. First, start with a greeting. Then introduce yourself. Then ask one simple question. You don't need to speak for 10 minutes. Even 30 seconds of conversation is great practice for beginners.
Yes, Paul. That's such an important point. Many beginners think practice means speaking for a long time. But practice can be small and simple. Even a short conversation like this is perfect. "Hi, how are you? My name is..." "Nice to meet you." This is already a successful conversation. And you can practice at home too. You don't always need a partner to practice. You can practice in front of a mirror. When you see yourself speaking, you feel more confident. You can also practice with a friend. Even if your friend is also learning English, it is still helpful. You can take turns and practice simple dialogues.
Yes, and you can also record your voice on your phone. When you listen to your voice, you can notice your pronunciation and improve slowly. At first, you may feel shy listening to your own voice. But don't worry, that feeling goes away with practice.
Exactly. Now let's give our listeners some daily practice sentences. Try speaking these simple sentences every day. "Hi, how are you? My name is..." "Where are you from? What do you do? Nice to meet you. It's nice talking to you." You can repeat these sentences 5 times daily. Your brain will remember them. And when you meet someone new, these sentences will come naturally.
Yes, repetition is very powerful. The more you practice, the more confident you will feel. And one day, you will notice something amazing. You will meet someone new, and you will speak English without fear.
Yes! Meeting new people is a wonderful skill. It helps you make friends, build connections, and grow your confidence. And English will become easier step by step, day by day. So don't give up. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and keep speaking.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast today. We really appreciate your time, and we are proud of you for learning English.
Yes, thank you so much. We hope this episode helped you learn how to meet new people in English. Remember, you don't need perfect English. You only need simple words and a friendly heart.
See you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Take care and keep practicing.